Hey everyone, this is Josh Burhow, the sports editor of the Faribault Daily News.
And I'm Miles Trump, the news sports reporter at the Faribault Daily News.
And welcome to the first installment of FDN Sports Spotlight, which is going to be a working title for us. Today we're taking a few minutes to talk area football. Quick recap of last week: FHS beat Winona, BA shut out Loyola, WM lost to Maple River, Kenny Monomingo beat St. Charles, and MSAD beat Iowa. We're also going to pick out a breakout player from each weekend. Last week, Miles?
Isaiah Brogdon from Bethlehem Academy. He put up 279 yards and 5 touchdowns, and they all came in the first half, so a big night for him. This week we're going to jump into the slate of football games, and it starts with Faribault versus JM. Josh?
And you look at the other matchups in the Big Nine this week, and I think this one's by far the most intriguing. Both evenly matched teams, also section opponents. Both recently lost to Mayo in a game that was decided by 7 points or less. I think there's a lot of intriguing parts to that game that's going to make it really close and could be either team there. So, Miles, BA, and USC.
I think this is another good game, too. Both of these teams are 2-1 in the Gopher Conference, so it's got big conference implications. And it's interesting because USC just beat Lester Perry Holy Trinity last week in overtime. And Lester Perry is actually the only team that BA's lost to this season. BA's offense is rolling, so I think it's going to be a fun one to watch. Next up, KW versus Pine Island.
The Knights are finally getting some offense going. They have, through 5 games, they're just 23 points shy of their 8-game total from last year during the regular season. They're looking for 3 wins for just the second time in the last 8 years, and both these teams beat St. Charles earlier this year. Kenny Monomingo did lose to Lewiston Altura, and Pine Island beat Lewiston Altura, but that's the only other common opponent there. Should be a good one. And Miles, WM Medford.
Yeah, WEM's had a tough start to the year, and it's not going to get any easier against Medford, who's 4-1 and 2-1 in the Gopher Valley AA. Medford's offense has shown some versatility the last couple weeks, and Waterville has allowed 24 points a game, so they're going to have to cut down on that if they want success against Medford.
Lastly, on Saturday, we have MSAD hosting Missouri at Potter Field. Both 3-1 this year in 8-man national def standings, and both tied for second behind Mississippi. Lastly, we're going to go with predictions. So, real quick, Miles, FHS, and JM.
I'm going to take JM at home.
I'm going to take the Falcons in a close one. BA, USC.
BA.
BA 2. Kenny Monomingo, Pine Island.
I'm going to take Kenyon on this one.
I'm going to go with Pine Island. WM Medford.
Medford.
I'm taking the Tigers as well. And lastly, Missouri and MSAD.
I'm going to go with MSAD.
I'm going with the Trojans too. That's it for our first installment of the FDN Sports Spotlight. Thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you next week.